Hello.
The reason I have this on my desktop to make this easier.
You're okay. Hi guys. We're gonna do National Interlude 2. Cohen, the boy. I nearly called it Cohen and his staring problem, but I got yelled at. So
Because I will never live that down because the dice apparently in those couple sessions
well, rolling for
hate
Destiny
me.
pool already. Too dark.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
So that's fun.
Fuck.
Hey, three dark. That's what we're on about.
Fuck me. Okay.
Hello. Look at the boy. Look at the boy.
Okay, sorry. I'm still
It's
getting
it's
stuff
the boy. Here
situated
comes the
here.
boy. Look at him. I have plenty of dark side points to fuck him over with, so this should be fun.
You're gonna make this so much
Where's
harder than it
Star
needs to
Wars
be.
Lo-Fi? Where were we? There it is. Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell you what I told Issa. Basically, like, there's still some talking that you guys have to do, like, before everything gets nailed down. Like, you guys have decided out of character what you're doing, so that allows me to run these. But we're proceeding with the assumption that what you guys have discussed is you're staying on Shaddaa for a little while, you're gonna build a ship, and you're throwing in
Mm-hmm.
together as a crew. And while that all gets sorted out, you will have, like, things you will want to do. Issa,
Things
like,
that
slinked
we
off
need
to
to accomplish.
yeah, Besh slinked off to do something. She was very cryptic. She wouldn't tell you guys what she was doing, but she said that she wanted to talk to you all afterwards. And you have decided, I believe, that it is time for you to get a friend. Um,
Mm-hmm.
something, a secret passed down from your master to you, and that has been passed down through generations of sages. Um, uh, is how to effectively make a bond with an animal. Um, and well, yeah, no, you want to you want to make such a bond. Um, just looking at the poetry one. I want to get what you've gotten. Oh, there's animal bond improved. What does that do? I have to open my books. Hang on one moment.
That's what I'm working towards eventually
I
getting.
absolutely love the fact that you were just like, I'm gonna get everything on the top row. Everything on the top row is it. That's what.
I mean,
uh,
I've been slowly just working down it as I can.
feel free to beeline.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with beelining. Let me just open up because we're on Hermit Seeker,
Yes.
right? Oh right, yeah. Wait a minute. That's part of the Seeker book, right? Is it? It's not Endless Vigil. It's
I can. I can lighten out. Look at this. I have it in my files. Hold on.
Savage
Status
Spirits.
spirits. Yeah.
Savage Spiritus. There we go. Table of contents. Actually, it was. I'm just. Oh no, that doesn't. Hermit. Here we go. Wonderful. Wow, the force rating is really buried in there on this tree. Oh, but it has an opportunity for 2 force ratings. Holy shit. Okay, that's why it's so buried. Gotcha. Right. Either way, yes, it is time for you to make a new friend. Um, uh, now there are various sellers of animals on Nashadar. Quick inquiries will tell you very quickly that there's like a lot of there's like a good few vendors that will be willing to sell you various animals. Um, Do you wish to try them first, or do you wish to pursue the safari first? You would have definitely heard of the safari. Um, Basically, on Nar Shaddaa, the old Duros sector is overrun with predators from a menagerie that, you know, fell into disrepair and all the animals broke out. And nowadays, the huts literally go out into the galaxy, capture rare predators, and shove them in the old Duros sector, and then charge people to go on a safari into this dimly lit, overgrown cityscape. Um, Rife with shit that really wants to kill you. Like, so I guess the choice, I guess the choice primarily is yours. What you want to do first. Um, Kitten. Oh, I must have accidentally hit shift at some point. He didn't hear any of that. Rip.
I did not
What's the
know.
last thing you heard?
You were looking at the book.
Oh, okay. I must have accidentally. Okay, right. Okay. So there's a few choices, like available to you. There on Nar Shaddaa, there's quite a few. It's because stream mode isn't enabled, so I can't hear when my mic goes off because it doesn't play that sound. It's very
Ah,
weird. Yeah.
it happens.
But either way, there's a few things like available to you. The biggest the biggest one of the lot is obviously the safari. The old Duros sector was once a thriving like locale on Nar Shaddaa. It had a huge menagerie of various creatures that you could go visit. You know, a proper zoo, right?
Yeah.
Sorry. And when the old Duros sector fell into disrepair and it started getting abandoned because the separatists lost because it was governed by the separatists, right? It fell into disrepair and then it all escaped, and the predators within started just, hunting the people that lived there instead. Nowadays, it's just an overgrown, like, barely powered, like, level of Nar Shaddaa that is rife with predators because the huts, like, ever ones to turn something into profit, realized that they could sell thrill seekers and hunters the ability to go into the old Dura sector and hunt on safaris. Um, the big thing about the safaris is that obviously eventually they'd run out of predators. So now they send out teams throughout the galaxy to capture rare predators and just shove them in the old Dura sector, so people can
My...
hunt them.
I mean, you gotta make a profit somehow.
So that's like they built a whole industry on it. There's also several vendors of animals on Nar Shaddaa of rare and exotic animals. A few here and there that you could check out. Which you do first is entirely up to you, my friend.
Let's... Hmm. Honestly, I want to check out the safari. Not gonna lie.
You're on Chat Safari. You're like, you don't want an animal that's been captured and like,
I mean,
like,
I mean,
like
I do want to check it out, but
So
might as well check out the vendors first and see what.
okay.
But it's
The few
as
vendors
a
that are on
fallback.
offer, unfortunately, the few vendors that you can find that are like non-exclusive, generally speaking, like they, I mean, they basically tell you in non-sense when you tell them like you're looking for an animal companion or whatever. The stuff they have to show you are like womp rats and like
No,
various
then
creatures. They are all some form of adorable, but they're all like tiny and not hugely useful to you. Um, if you were to inquire about, something maybe bigger, something more dangerous, something you can use, you're basically told in no uncertain terms that any of those that they get, they just sell to the safari
so
because, like,
safari's gonna be my best bet then, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna nod pretty much if you can, capture one. But several of the vendors will warn you about the danger of the safari. Like some of them are like, you really should be careful. The animals that they get for the safari is apparently that they're kind of unscrupulous with what they get. In fact, the more dangerous, the better. Um,
Mm.
there's actually one person mentioned, one of the vendors mentions that there's a there's rumors that there's like a Gundark in the old Duro sector, which you don't know what a Gundark is. They are very very bad juju, right?
Okay.
It's only rumors, mind. He didn't think that they could capture a Gundark and put it in there because Gundarks are, very dangerous to capture. But yeah, uh,
All right.
alrighty. Um, so after asking around a little bit, checking the HoloNet, that sort of thing, you find the Safari sign up office. It's in the Corellian sector, which is like the main like commercial area that like tourists and people visiting go. Nar Shaddaa is cut up into several sectors. There's the Old Duro sector, which is where you want to go for the safari. There's the Corellian sector, which is the restaurants and the shops and the vibrant Corellian life. There's the Undercity, which is like where like for example the graveyards are and the Badlands, that sort of thing, and where all like the air purification stuff is. Um, and there's also the red light sector, um, which is exactly what you think it is. Um, but the Safari sign up is in the Corellian sector. It stands as like a bustling hub of activity. Like as you like approach where it says, the exterior is adorned with holographic displays showcasing like thrilling safari encounters and vibrant advertisements, like enticing prospective adventurers. You do think that they're probably a little bit they're a little bit misleading because like the safari holo pics that you see of advertising thrilling adventure have like jungle scenes and such in them, which the old Eurosector definitely is not a jungle. um
Hmm.
uh but Neon lights surrounding the entrance create an aura of excitement, like beckoning thrill seekers to enter. um As you step inside, you're met with a rather lively scene. The office is meticulously organized. State of the art holo projectors and interactive terminals, like offering virtual previews of the safaris. You can see like some people dressed to impress, almost like they're in over the top gear, looking at the terminals and watching as like you have like a virtual tour of the Dura sector. You can see like overgrown buildings and flickering lights and all sorts of fun times. Um, there is behind a sleek modern counter stands a confident and charming looking Twi'lek. The name tag on her breast reads Vexa Niara. Um, she will give a wide, like accommodating smile to you. Um, and like sort of like wave, but she seems to be talking to two other people. She's in like a striking blend of like adventuring gear and professional attire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which kind of perfectly encapsulates the like excitement of the safari sign up, right? She looks like she could be heading out on a safari right now, but is a little too clean for that, right? It's clearly her outfit has been chosen to make you think, oh wow, this is gonna be great, and she sort of like give out a silvery laugh as she like touches the shoulder of one of the people she's talking to, shuffle off. Um, there is definitely an air of confidence about her, um, and despite the dangers of the old Eurosector, which are plastered pretty much everywhere, right? The atmosphere in the office is one of like eager anticipation, right? Like everyone here knows it's horrendously deadly and just doesn't care, right? Um, but she'll smile and go, "Hello, a new face. How wonderful."
A pleasure.
Yes, indeed. I assume you're here to inquire about signing up for a safari.
I am.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Can make me ask the reason for one such a shoot a safari? You don't look anywhere near like my normal clientele.
I think what to say here. Just curious about it. More than anything.
Ah, I see. Right. Well, in that case, let me sell you various like our safari packages. She's gonna say. She'll sort of like press a button on her desk, and a holo display will come up and say, "The safari is obviously concerning the old Duros sector. How much do you know about the old Duros sector and the services we offer here?"
If I'm being honest, not much. I know that it's been sealed off and that it's dangerous, but that's about it.
Uh, just quickly, your moonlit waffles is in the chat.
Mm.
Uh, uh,
Oh,
uh,
I see.
but no, she's gonna smile widely and say, "Well, in that case, let me give you a brief on particularly." She presses a few buttons, and up comes what seems to be like a virtual tour of the old Duros sector. Um, it is nothing like you expected. Like, it is like run down buildings and streets cracked with like grass growing out of it, right? Like, it seems that someone's gone to the trouble of like supplanting vines in the area to like sort of give it like but as you go through, the holocam seems to be it has its own light to light up things. It's not that there isn't light sources in the place, it's just they're like often they're like, you know, lone lights that are like flickering. Sometimes they go out altogether and then come back on. Like as it like, sort of the camera like sweeps through, you get the distinction that this is probably a droid camera, right, that they've made go through. You know, almost like a drone. It sweeps over like several packs of predators, some just lounging around, you know, doing their thing, like near like a source of water, which happens to be like what looks to be like a public pool that's like now obviously just, you know, a pool of water. Um, Several of the buildings are like fallen down or dilapidated to the point where like you wouldn't really want to step inside them, right? Um, it all looks very unkempt and like no one's given it any TLC for a while. And she says the old Duros sector, once a thriving hub of commercial outreach by the Trade Federation, now unfortunately in disrepair after the Trade Federation fell after the war with the after the Clone Wars. It fell into disrepair, unfortunately. It became the number one place for refugees and, you know, displaced peoples. Uh, Unfortunately, a local menagerie, which was maintained at the time by, I believe, a prominent separatist senator, fell into disrepair, and the predators got out. Unfortunately, there were quite a few deaths. Um, as the predators began hunting, but most people evacuated. Never one to dismiss a prophet, the Hutts decided that it presented a unique opportunity to thrill seekers like yourself. Now we have teams of capturers that go across the galaxy and capture rare and exciting predators to fill the old Duros sector. It is a dangerous and incredibly thrilling and fun time to safari into the old Duros sector. And while it is not without its dangers, which you will have to sign a waiver for, it is honestly the chance of a lifetime. Uh, as you can see by how busy the office is, we have a lot of people that want to join. As a result, I am terribly sorry. but I can sign you up for Safari, but the waiting list is currently at about 2 years.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yes, unfortunately, and unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. However, if you do wish to book that far in advance, I can give you the premium package for the price of the average package.
Mm.
The average package would be being attached to one of the safaris already predestined to go out, a ragtag group. The premium package is being attached to what we call our diamond safari hunters. People that are used to the old Euro sector, that know it quite well, that frequently venture forth into it. This does mean that obviously you will be the noob among the group, but it has the added benefit of increasing your survival rate by at least 25%.
Unfortunately, I will not be here that long. So.
Yes, that is unfortunate. Then in that case, I'm afraid, unless you're willing to wait, there's nothing I can really do for you, short of if one of the safari groups decides to sub you in.
I see.
We're not averse to swapsies, obviously, provided you also pay, but, well, that's between you and the safari groups, really, isn't it?
That it is. That it is. But thank you for the information.
Yes, indeed. Actually, she's going to step around smoothly. In the event that you wish to convince one of them, I would suggest signing up right now. She's going to, hold up a data pad. If you do, you will get Prime of Place. We also offer packages that include armor and weaponry that, if should you need us to supply them.
How much would those packages run, give or take?
Well, it depends. If you would generally speaking give us about 200 credits. We'll furnish you with all the things, and then you have to return them, or you can just buy them from us outright. In which case, we have a rather nice selection of various hunting armors and weaponry. However, I can only sell them to people who have already booked and paid for a safari. I was going to say, tapping the data pad.
I will rent them for now. I don't see myself needing it outside of here.
Oh, wonderful! So that's a safari package for you then. Would you like the normal or the premium? As I said, the premium upgrade is completely free, provided it's an offer that we've got on right now. Bit of a flash sale, really.
Might as well.
Very well. Okay, so that's the normal. That's the premium package with the discount, of course, applied. And she's gonna like tap on it about a whole bunch and says, "Okay, all I will need is your credit chip and a signature here. The price of the safari will be 5,000 credits."
All right.
Poor Cohen's stops for a moment, is like, "Can I afford that?" And then remembers that he's got over
Yeah,
70
yeah, yeah.
grand
That's
in his account right now.
Yeah. I forgot to just add it, and I'm like,
Yep.
shoot, that's all.
Yeah.
I don't Peppy had done the math, but I'll look at it.
Are you gonna read the contract first before signing
Yes.
it? Or...
Yes.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and give me a negotiation. This is Hut legalese, so we're gonna go ahead and make it a hard one. So that's 3 purples, and I'll upgrade one to a red, so it's a red and 2
Oh,
purples.
fuck me. Okay. Know what? Just to be safe. Like, everything is not working the way I want it to right now. Hold on.
I will say this isn't hugely important necessarily.
Okay. That's
You
what
get
I
a
was
red and 2
debating on.
purples. It's a negotiation, and it's a red and 2 purples.
Yeah. Oh!
No.
Oh, no!
Okay, so it seems to be standard boilerplate stuff. There's a clause in there. We're not responsible for any injuries, maiming. We are not responsible. Party is not responsible for any injuries that may occur during the safari, including decapitation, dismemberment, incineration, and like a whole like long laundry list. Your mind kind of skips over a lot of it. It seems fairly reasonable. What you don't know, and because I love dramatic irony, what Cohen doesn't know is that you have failed to check the box that states that the huts are allowed to harvest your organs should you perish, and
Oh,
and
great.
sell them on the open black market. You also failed to miss the the clause in there that stated that should you like injure or be indirectly responsible for the injury of any other patron, you are willing to take responsibility and be the target of any lawsuit that would otherwise occur. So basically, you failed to check the box that basically read, in the event that one of my group gets injured, I'm the one to blame. Uh,
Oh, great.
you happily sign over, thinking you've got a great handle on this contract business, and probably in the back of your mind wishing that you employed a lawyer.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
It's just wonderful. Okay, in that case, rentals will be available when obviously we call you. As I said, the your current safari will, short of any substitutions, which you may negotiate, which is entirely up to you. Your next safari will be in 2 years, or December the 21st. Um, thank you. If there's any more questions that you have, please do not hesitate to ask. Um, she'll go back behind her desk and like begin like putting her information into the system. Um, but you are left like sort of like she doesn't ignore you necessarily, but she's now like busy, and you're sort of like in this
Okay.
office, and there's excited chattering going on. As you sort of sit there, you can actually hear someone say, "Did you hear? Did you hear what that came in shipment last week? No, what came in shipment? A Nexu. A Nexu. Yeah. Apparently they caught it from I don't know what planet, but like, you've seen those things. They are terrifying. Um, if you want to know what a Nexu is, uh,
Yeah.
it's this little fella. Um, you may recognize him from Attack of the Clones. I can. That's an Exu right there. That fella.
Oh.
Yep. But it seems that they're at a screen that actually is displays, like, there seems to be one screen that they're at right now that sort of catches your eye. They're flicking through top predators yet to be killed or captured. Um, and like as you like as they're like flicking through, you're seeing like dangerous creature after dangerous creature after dangerous creature. Um, one of which is marked Gundark, and his name is like nickname given by Safari. Is One Eye. The Nexu seems to also have also gained a name. It also lists their kill count beneath them.
Oh my.
The Nexu has a kill count of 5. The Gundark has a kill count of about 15, and below it, responsible for the eradication of 2 whole safari parties, with an exclamation point. Uh, Apparently, the Gundark is the thing to watch out for.
Yeah. So it seems like.
But yeah, you are basically left to your own devices. There are various screens in this room that you can look at. One of which seems to be like a roster for like each safari. Um, one, as I said, is the various dangerous creatures you might find inside the safari. One's like a map of the old Dura sector, right? Um, which would you what would you like to do?
Mm,
Is you're at the stage now where I'm like, you're sort of free in the wind.
yeah.
Um,
I am gonna check out the roster though, just to see what I'd be getting myself into.
so the safari team on deck right now is a team of 6, like every safari is. Um, there is a human, a Trandoshan, a Twi'lek, a Bothan, a droid, like it looks like a protocol droid,
Mm-hmm.
and a Rhodian. Um, it has a short like description of like who they are, right? It seems that like when it comes time for you to like, judging by how far the list goes, like when basically when you're on the next like 10 safaris to go out, you seem to have to answer like a small questionnaire about who you are, so they can put you up on the screen. You get the impression that this thing is like almost like bragging rights, right? So they can go, hey, look who we've got. Like, you could be one of these people, right? Um, it does seem that this next team is certainly interesting. The human Ranahan is a thrill seeker and adventurer by his own self description. Um, Excited because he's tried to secure a spot on the safari for years, and like his time has finally come. Sorry, her time has finally come. She is a survival training and combat expert, and wants to like capture the like the. She's looking to capture One Eye, basically, right? That's the thing
Mm.
she's looking to capture. Um, the Trandoshan is a seasoned hunter and veteran. He's been on multiple safaris before. Um, he is looking just to kill something incredibly hard to kill. Um, which makes sense. He's a Trandoshan. Um, there is a Twi'lek named Zara Vex. Zara is an experienced wildlife researcher and scientist. It seems that her primary goal is to actually study the rare creatures of the Eldura sector. She's basically using it as a testing ground, right? The Hutts go and capture the most rare predators for you to face. So she's just, you know, using their operation against them basically, and studying the shit that they bring back. Um, she's looking to capture something as opposed to kill it. Kev Krell is a seasoned tracker and expert in navigating the treacherous terrain. Um, it seems that this particular group, like as you like skim over like their specialties and everything, the one that stands out the most is the Trandoshan.
Mm.
Everyone else is built around capturing and tracking. The Trandoshan, on the other hand, is just armed to the teeth and ready to kill anything that comes
So
at them.
he seems like the odd one out.
Almost certainly. Um, Gristav, the protocol droid,
Mm.
seems primary function is like listed to provide translation and like basically a walking database. Its owner is noted to be Zara Vex. Um, the Bothan is the Bothan is like an expert tracker, and seems to be like, you know, again, like he his reason for being here is listed as tracker for Zaravex. Like the Rana Han is located as a trapper here with Zaravex, and the Rhodian Darren Voss is a skilled archer and survivalist with a deep respect for nature, apparently, and seems to be Zaravex's research assistant. It seems that this entire safari is here with Zaravex, except the Trandoshan,
Mm-hmm.
who seems to be here on his own. And from the looks of things, is going to make this safari a little interesting because the rest are trying to capture things and he's just trying to kill them.
Hmm. Let's see. Hmm. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll give you a lifeline if you're a bit stumped on what you can do. You're always free to ask anyone watching the audience or any of our players if they've got an idea of what you can do and you want to know. You can just ask, and I'm sure they'll be happy to answer. But you don't have to. If you want to
yeah.
work out what you want to do on your own, by all means.
Would I be able to find any information on Zarvex, the one that seems to have orchestrated this, by what I can tell?
Not in the Safari office, you can't, but you probably could if you know, ask the right people or grease the right palms elsewhere. Regardless, it seems like you've got some research to do.
Mm. Then for now, I'm going to take my leave from the Safari office and see what I can find out.
You step out into the wonderful Corellian sector air, which is only slightly used, and you know, you are surrounded by the neon lights and bustling streets of the Corellian sector in Shaddaa. You know, plenty of people, bustle, lots of noise. Um, you're you want to investigate them, right? So, what's your first port of call? Are you gonna um
Mm. Would I
the
be able to
Corellian
find?
sector?
Mm.
Yeah. No,
No,
go
no.
ahead.
What you're saying
No,
first?
no.
No.
Ask your damn question because it might be irrelevant.
I was gonna say, could I find anything on the holonet about her first?
Okay. If you want to give me a computers check, sure.
Difficulty.
Difficulty of we're gonna go 2.
So 2 purple.
Yeah, 2 purple. Okay. Um, a quick HoloNet search brings up several references to the Coruscant University of just the University of Coruscant. Because I didn't bother to come up with the
Yeah,
actual name, and well, I'm
you're
not going
fine.
to
You're
now.
fine. You're fine.
Um, specifically their roster of professors. It seems that Zaravex is 100% a professor of Coruscant. She is a specialist in xenology, and has like a sizable research grant, basically. Um, it seems that right now she's listed as being off-world, conducting research. Um, uh, the location, however, is not listed. The things that she is researching, though, is just advanced predators and how they like her area of research right now is basically megafauna and predatory creatures in environments not in non-native environments. Basically, she's researching what happens when megafauna and predators are put places they're not supposed to be. right? And uh, which is the safari down to a T, because nothing is supposed to be in the Altura sector except people.
Mm.
Um, there are various information brokers in the Corellian sector, and you are free to like talk to them. However, how open and they are, you have no idea how good they are, right? Um,
I mean, it's worth a shot to see if I can get somewhere with this.
okay. Um, the first information broker that you actually alight on is called Information Solutions Limited, and it's a single guy behind a very beat up desk in an office that is trying way too hard. And he'll sort of like he'll scramble. He'll say, "Oh, a customer! Hey, excellent!" And he'll sort of like he'll like open one of his drawers, and he seems to like check his hair, and then looks up and is like, "How may I help you? Welcome to my small business. Information for sale. How can this humble information broker help you? Perhaps some clandestine corporate dealings that you might not be savvy to, or maybe you're worried that your spouse is cheating on you, and I can look into whether or not their internet history says that they are."
I kind of just let out a chuckle at that second part. It's like, no spouse here. I can assure you that much.
He's gonna nod. I see. Well,
I'm ex-
what can I help you with?
I'm looking for information on one of the safari hunters. Well, hunters, not being entirely accurate. Zarvex.
Zara Vex. What an alluring name. Let me just one moment. He's gonna tap. He goes, ah yes, Professor Zara Vex. Well, all I will tell you is that she's a professor. Any further information that I can gather will cost you at least 100 credits.
Only 100?
Only 100. Oh, you should write that as a bit low. 500 credits. No, wait, that's too high. 300 credits. That's my final offer. Take it or leave it. Cohen here demonstrating how not to haggle.
The only 100 was mainly a out
gets
of character
gets
thing,
gets
but
gets a deal and immediately questions it.
yeah.
Lately,
Just sets down 300 credits. Tell me all you know.
okay. Yeah. But please take a seat. He's gonna press a button and a seat will whoosh out of the floor. And like a stool, and then he's gonna look at you like, huh? Huh?
Impressive.
I just had it installed. It's great, isn't it? Anyway, he's gonna like look over the screen. He goes, "Okay, professor at the University of Coruscant, studying wildlife. Ooh, okay. Current mode of study is predators in locations that they're not supposed to be in, so non-native habitats. Very interesting stuff. Yes, yes, indeed. Won a medal for scientific discovery. Uh, he's still like tapping. Um, Booked a public shuttle from Coruscant to Bespin, and then another public shuttle from Bespin to tap. Here, she's here. Well, looks like you came to the right place, huh? That's kind of lucky. He's gonna tip tap a little bit more. It's like, she's listed on the Safari roster of for the next group to go out, so she's probably gonna die. He's gonna say with some more taps.
Any chance you have an idea what she would
Favorite
be?
food is bantha pudding. Don't know what that is. Like he's gonna tap a little bit more. Favorite drink is a Corantopolitan, whatever that is. Oh, I don't do alcohol. He's gonna tap a little bit more. Um, Ideal date is a walk along a moonlit beach where with at least one dog. Okay, he's gonna tap some more. Looking for a male or female with you know, classically handsome. Okay, must like dogs, right? Must be able to cook. Okay,
I'm
uh, yeah,
not looking for a dating profile.
you're not. Well, then
No.
I probably shouldn't be on S Harmony. Say, he's gonna tap a few things.
Or so any information on where she might be. I wish to talk to her if I
She's
could.
on Shaddaa. He's gonna say with a smile.
That much I am aware. She's the next safari party.
Yes, because I told you. Because I am a very valuable information service. He's gonna say
Uh,
with a smile.
Listen, do you have any information I couldn't find on my own?
His face is gonna drop. What exactly are you looking for?
Something about where she would be here, or or why she is going into safari, besides just wanting to research.
He's gonna scratch his head. He's gonna go, where's she staying? That's gonna be harder. That's not a matter of public record. Give me an hour. He's gonna say. Uh, give me an hour. Let me make some calls, and we'll see.
All right.
I promise. I will get you the information that you need to know. You can trust me, citizen. He's gonna say with a thumbs up.
No one just raises an eyebrow because he doesn't believe it.
Hey, Issa, my love, if you're watching, are you glad you didn't use any of the public information brokers now? Lately? But like, no, okay, but yeah, no,
Well,
he's gonna basically
public
shoo
the
out of the office for an hour while he
yeah
makes some calls.
the
Um,
public information brokers seem to not be giving me what I'm looking for.
okay. So are you gonna leave for an hour and let him like do his
I
thing, or
I'm gonna see if I can find like either find someone that knows her or something like that.
okay? Then in that case, give me a streetwise and make it a hard one.
Hard Street Eyes. Just
Issa is
three
apparently
purple.
very Issa is apparently very much happy that she didn't use the public.
That's three
Uh,
purple, right?
yeah, three purple. I'm gonna upgrade one to a red though. Red and two purples.
Fuck you.
I want you to rely on this guy. It's this big break. Like
I'm not gonna do this. More than likely. Oh shit!
okay.
Got triumph.
Um. So, not only do you find you basically ask around for like a decent information broker, right? And a couple of people direct you to ones that look very similar to the one you went into. But as luck would have it, you come across a small office, sort of like tucked away. Um, it it's a fairly nondescript building. I didn't expect to be using this again, so I need to just open Issa's quest because go. It's like a small office building, like tucked away between two bigger buildings. But after asking around a little bit, some people point you there, and when you ask like who it, what is, they tell you that it's Reinar, his information broker. Um, people, ordinary people don't tend to use him. Listen to him; he knows how to find hot women. Sorry, that's Isa.
I'm gonna joke.
But like no, as you like approach the door and open it, you are met with a dimly lit, like kind of cluttered space tucked away. The walls are lined with shelves filled with like various trinkets and mementos and such. And there's like those old film noir movies with the
Mm-hmm.
private eye, and it's like a wall of, it's like a wooden wall but with like glass all the way in it, and like
Yeah.
a like frosted glass kind of deal. One of those.
Okay.
Um, and like as you enter, like a bell rings out and the door will open. Who are you?
Just someone looking for some information.
Jesus Christ! What is it? National Curiosity Day? He's gonna shake his head. All you fuckers come out of the woodwork. All right, get in here. He's gonna stomp along. He's gonna like sort of trump in. Just be like, I swear, you're the second one in a week that I don't know. Come and look for information. What do you want to know? There's along the walls a collection of blaster pistols. Dimly flickering hollow screen displays with incoming data feeds and encrypted messages that you can't read, indicating a constant flow of information that passes through the place. There's a worn and weathered desk that sits at the center of the room, strewn with data pads and holodisks, showcasing the organized chaos of this man's work. The air carries a faint scent of stale spice and cigar smoke, and like there's like an ashtray with like a half smoked cigar like smoldering in it. Despite its rough appearance, the office seems to serve as a hub for serious information. The dude is like scraggly. He's got Reinar is a rugged, weathered man, sturdy build, few inches above the average height. His face carries marks of a life lived on the edge. He has like a prominent scar on his left cheek, adding to his rugged charm. He has dark, unkempt hair that falls just above his shoulders, and a scruffy beard that frames his strong jaw. Like not like 5 o'clock shadow, but more like my beard is growing, and I'm just sort of like I'm trimming it every now and then, but not really grooming it any. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Think yeah, like Chris Hemsworth kind of beard, but less trimmed, right? Chris Hemsworth, is that the person I'm thinking of? Wait a minute. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth, like that kind of beard, right? Thor, the dude who plays Thor, when he's
Yeah.
got a beard. Yeah. I gotta go right now. I wonder. I don't know, Issa. I didn't expect two of you to, but apparently. He's dressed in a worn but practical attire. He wears like a brown leather jacket over a faded grey shirt, utility belt like strapped around his waist with like a blaster on it. Um, he sort of exudes resourcefulness and adaptability, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
he has that appearance you would expect of like a seasoned smuggler, right? Um, but he'll sit down in his high leatherback chair, like roller chair, and just be like, right, what do you want to know, and make it quick? I've got several calls on hold. He's gonna say.
Zervex and her hunting party that's due to go out. How much do you know?
Safari business, right? You've come to the right person. I actually have enough contacts that I could probably get it. What do you want to know? Details. He's gonna like show around and go. He's gonna start like picking up data pads and being like, no, No. Oh, her password. No. He's like shifting through the data pad and going, oh, come off it, really, next week? Thought we had her birthday last year. He's gonna chuck it away, and then he's gonna, and then he finally seems to find a blank one and goes, right, yes, and he presses a few buttons. What do you want to know?
I'm curious about the hunting party because I need to get into Safari for reasons I can't fully disclose. But I'm not there to kill, I'm there to capture. And it seemed that there was one person that was an odd man out in her party.
Oh my god, I wasn't typing this entire time. Hang on, sorry, one minute. Sorry, 1 second.
You heard what I said though, right?
No, I didn't, because I was trying to type something real quick that I had forgotten to do. My apologies. Auditory processing is hard sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I asked if you heard me.
Just give me a couple of seconds.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay, right, yeah, no, that's brilliant. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so repeat what you said, because he begins noting down what you're saying.
I want to know about her hunting party for the reason I need to get into the safari. And the nearest
Hunting
open,
party, each member, weaknesses, I assume, stuff you can exploit.
more so trying to see if I can't somehow swap my way onto that party.
He's gonna nod, looking for someone to exploit. He's just gonna. He seems very grizzled. Like you're trying to couch it in, like, oh, I don't want to be the bad guy, but he's just like, he doesn't seem to judge you for it. He's just like, he's just saying the quiet bit out loud, right?
Yeah.
Right,
The unspoken.
yeah. He's like, okay, exploitable information. Where they're staying, I imagine, will be important. He's gonna type in, and anything else?
Main reason of me going in is to capture, not to kill.
Right. So you ideally want a safari group that is mainly built around capture, not killing.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. He's gonna trust. Yeah. Okay. This is a fairly easy job, to be honest. This will take me hour and a half. I'll have detailed files on each one in that time, and it will cost you a cool 2,000.
I'm just setting down to 2,000. Because we
Not
know my
only,
skill
not
level
only,
is
not only the
bartering.
seconds, not only the second stranger a week, the second stranger a week who is oddly loaded. Well, okay, he's gonna grab the credits and go, yep, hour and a half. I'll send you a wave when I'm ready.
I appreciate it.
Cool. He's gonna see yourself out. I'm busy. He's gonna. Ba-doop. Praxis, buddy. What do you
As I
mean?
walk out.
I know what you're talking about. That entire situation was none of my fault. How was I supposed to know the woman was married? What do you mean? As the door closes, you hear, what do you mean I'm an information broker? Of course I am, but I don't, look into everybody. Okay, I do, but that one I missed. As you exit the cool air of the Corellian, the cool, slightly used air of the Corellian sector, hits your face, and you have now spent a grand total of 2.3 grand on two information brokers, and and are just waiting for them to finish, basically.
I'm just gonna find some way to occupy myself until I get the information I need.
Okay, cool. That's easy enough. When you go to a restaurant, like spend like
Yeah.
10 credits on like some ramen or something, right?
Yeah.
Just chilling, hanging around, people watching. the busy buzzy business of the of Nar Shaddaa, like, you know, going on around you. Eventually, you get like a ding on your comm, and like, this is like, you hadn't really noted his name when you walked into the establishment because you were just sort of like, you know, unsure anyway. But on your phone comes up Tiberius the Omni Oracle Naxon, which is the first guy you visited, who, you know, has apparently named himself the Omni Oracle, because he can look up S Harmony. Messages you with good news! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! I found her! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! A buddy of mine who knows a guy whose cousin is related to a guy who works at the Celestial Vista Hotel told me that there was a woman there who was a Twi'lek.
Is that so?
Yes. And she thinks his name was Jara or Vara Tax or something. He doesn't remember. But she was apparently very attractive. And she's like, you know, armed to the teeth.
I see. And you said this was where?
The Celestial Vista Hotel.
I will at least look into it.
Okay. Give me 5 stars on Gelp! Exclamation point.
What was that?
Give me 5 stars on Gelp.
Just shaking my head.
So you have like a location now, and surprisingly, from the lesser of the two information brokers. Uh,
Wouldn't hurt to at least check it out.
um, it's been about it's been about an hour since you talked to Reinar as well. And like, as you, like, you know, ask around to find the Celestial Vista Hotel, and you finally find it, and walk into and approach it. Let me just quickly description because I have it written down here. The Celestial Vista Hotel is a gleaming marvel that dominates the Nar Shaddaa skyline. Its towering structure features a seamless fusion of modern Durasteel and sparkling transparent panels, forming a symphony of clean lines and grand curves. Multicolored holographic lights dance along the sleek facade, creating a mesmerizing display that draws attention from all corners of the city. The entrance is flanked by impressive statues, exuding an aura of prestige and welcoming guests into the lap of luxury. Stepping into the hotel's opulent lobby is akin to entering a realm of refined indulgence. Polished marble floors shine with a lustrous glow, complementing the ornate chandeliers suspended from the high ceilings. Crystal accents and intricate tapestries adorn the walls, reflecting the warm glow of ambient lighting. A grand reception desk stands at the heart of the lobby, staffed by impeccably dressed attendants ready to attend to guests' needs. They are dressed in a garish gold uniform. They are very clearly, like, you know, like, meant to stand out, right? So you can see them easily. Plush seating areas, tastefully arranged with lavish furnishings, offer an inviting space for visitors to relax and soak in the elegant ambience. As you watch, actually, there is a few people there, like, with drinks in their hands, talking. Uh, what are they called? Why have I forgotten their name? Uh,
Describe it.
hang on, I'm trying to remember. I'll ask Kisa, she'll know. Issa, you there? If you're there, check DMs. Why have I forgotten the name of this race? They're like one of my favorite races because of how stupid they look. Ithorian! An Ithorian. There's like an Ithorian holding a glass, right? Like talking quietly to what appears to be a Trandoshan. And you know, you feel kind of out of place, right? Um, like you feel kind of out of place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not really dressed for a place like this. Um, it seems that Issa is AFK. But he Biff. Oh, she's back. Okay. Well, it's actually BYPH, but yeah. Either way. As you're like in the lobby looking around, you get actually a message from Reiner.
Glancing at it.
It just says, "Hey, got what you need. Swing by and pick him up. Full stop."
Be there as soon as I can.
Whatever, Touch, you already paid me. He's gonna say with a full stop. He seems, you know, he's more than okay for you to just never pick up the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Here you are in the luscious Celestial Vista Hotel. You're
Okay.
getting a few looks from the staff, to be honest, right? With how scruffy looking you're dressed.
My question is, do I trust the information I was given by the first guy or not? The main reason is trying to get onto that safari party. Doesn't. Hmm. But do I see anyone that would have matched the description I was given from the omniscient guy or whatever he said?
One. Well, I mean, like, you don't see any Twi'lek. No. Not in the lobby at least.
Mm. The Trandoshan area, would he match what was on the hunting party that I saw for the roster?
Um. Actually, yes, he does. He matches his picture quite handily. That is Borke Garg. By the looks of things.
Maybe so I might own it here.
That's the idea of these one-on-ones, though. We take you out your element so you can get better at it. It's easier to get better at it when it's just two people, right? So we do stuff like this so that, you know, I took Issa out massively out of her comfort zone. She had to seduce a woman.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, I know. So
Even though I fell asleep during the stream.
which is adorable.
Only because I was tired from work.
Bet you looked really cute, snoozling. Good boy. Don't worry, she made me fuck. It could be worse.
I just when it comes to getting information, I'm out of my element. So how me and Puppy in the bar went.
Seriously, that's why we do one-on-ones like this. It's to help you get better at it. There's less pressure when it's just you. Because if you fuck up, it doesn't screw over everybody, it just screws over you. Right? So think of it that way. If you mess up here, you're not impacting anyone except yourself. Right?
I do want to ask him, like, approach him, but I'm like, I don't know what to say. That's the issue.
Hello is normally a good start.
I,
So, you know.
that's how I'm. And I do approach though. This is probably gonna end horribly, but it's fine.
The Ithorian and Borka seem to be like, in a bit of a conversation. As you approach, you hear the Ithorian say, "Really? Killed him with your bare hands? That's mightily impressive." And Borka like nods. And then they both sort of turn towards you as you approach.
Pardon me.
The Trandoshan is going to say something in Trandoshan. Do you speak Trandoshan?
He would not know.
Okay. The Ithorian is going to look between you two and seemingly picking up on it. He's going to say, he asks what you want, though a good deal ruder than what I asked.
I just have a simple question. He's part of the next hunting party, correct?
He's going to look at the Trandoshan. He's going to narrow his eyes, say something else, and the Ithorian will translate as, "Who's asking?"
Just someone who's curious in the safari, that's all.
He's going to say something in Trandoshan, and the Ithorian will say, "None of your business. Shove off." Though he didn't use shove. He's going to say.
Mm,
uh,
all right then.
he's going to shrug and look rather apologetic at you, as best an Ithorian can, anyway. Uh,
Just say I'm just on it for here. All I was gonna ask is, yeah, my brain ceased functioning.
You're okay, sweetie.
I lost my train of thought. Oh my god.
Choo choo. Choo choo. Train of thought leaving the station.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Just gonna forget it.
Alrighty. So you just leave him alone then? Like he told
Eh,
you to, in no uncertain terms.
yeah.
As you back off, they seem to go back. In fairness, Trandoshans are historically just horrendously bad-tempered and mannered. You know. What do you know about Trandoshans in the context of Star Wars?
I don't.
Trandoshans are pretty much single-handedly responsible for like the Wookiee slave trade. Um, Trandoshans, like as a species in Star Wars, are like very much maligned. They like to do things like kidnap people and set them on a moon and then hunt them for sport. They are just thoroughly awful. Their culture is a thoroughly awful one, right? It's one that to our modern eyes is completely barbaric. Um, doesn't mean that all Trandoshans are like that. Just means that, like, you know, your average Trandoshan is a slaving piece of shit. Like, and I mean, judging by the profile this guy had up on the safari, like, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The dude just wants to kill something, right? Like, preferably something that's rare.
Okay. I'm gonna
Pickle,
go.
you are on one with cheese recently. Are you okay? Is everything good? Because you just with the
Always
cheese.
cheese.
It's just the obsession with cheese recently is worrying. Lately.
But I am gonna head back to Reinhar's and look over that information
Okay.
he did get.
When you come in, he's like in a call with someone. I just indicate it's like a few data pads. He gives you basically 6 data pads. There's a detailed profile on each and every one of the people in the safari, along with where they're staying, you know, and like the detailed profile also includes like finance records, right?
Oh.
So like you're even like net worth is included, and he just says everything's there. Pleasure doing business with you. Uh, and then he goes back to his call. Just like, yes, look, I know he doesn't speak basic. I can speak Wookiee. Put the Wookiee on. Yes. Thank you. There's no need to yell. Oh, you were talking normally. Sorry. I'm not used to speaking to Wookiees. Like, as you sort of like leave the office.
And taking a look at the data pads.
So, obviously you've got the Ranahan, Borkagag, Zaravex, Kev Krell, Gristav, and Rodian. Which would you like to see first?
Starting with artifacts.
Okay, sorry, I was just checking something.
Uh,
I was just checking something. You can ignore that.
okay.
Uh, okay. Zara Vex, Twi'lek. All the information already had. Professor at Coruscant University. She is currently staying at the Celestial Vista Hotel, room 21. Um, it is not only an ensuite, but she's paid for full board, which which means food and drink whenever she wants, room service completely free. Um, her financial records indicate that not only is she from a relatively wealthy family, the grant that she got from the Empire for her research is like several million credits worth. Um, there's at least one hint at an Imperial contract, though Reinar like has a note here and says only thing I could find on this was all redacted. My contacts seem loath to share what it's about. Full stop. Um Needless to say, it's like, yeah, no, and there's like a note at the bottom. I wouldn't recommend trying to muscle her out of the safari. She seems to want what you want. She wants to capture stuff, not kill it. Full stop.
Okay. So then we're gonna go
And then
to.
another note, scribbled below, like in his handwriting as well, that's like hurriedly crossed out, that just says "buy more milk," and then it's like crossed out like a whole bunch because he knows like.
Probably
And
multiple
then
conversations.
one final note below that. Sorry, full stop.
Alright. The trying to remember the name of the Trandoshan. Yeah,
Borka Garg. Nasty piece
Borkagard.
of work is the note. apparently got actually relatively famous within Trandoshan dealings. Um, has bare hand fought a Wookiee and won. Um, which is like in brackets is impressive! Exclamation point. Have you seen those guys? Question mark. I wouldn't. Full stop. The next like note is finances seem to have been drained getting onto this expedition. Um, he's been uh yeah no seeks to outdo everyone there by the looks of things. Previous employer who owes my guy a favor tells me that unfortunately excessively violent, has a habit of flying off the handle if you insult him. Full stop. Nasty piece of work. Wants to kill anything he comes across. Good fit for replacement, I think. Full stop.
Okay. But convincing him to get off the safari is gonna take a lot.
There's another note below it that just simply says, "You won't be able to convince him, though. I suggest percussive persuasion." Persuasion. Full stop.
Okay. For Naharn. We'll do
Ranahan.
next.
Human,
Yes.
thrill seeker, and adventurer. Been trying to get on the safari for years, but kept getting denied. Think he pissed off one of the huts. My contacts suggest that she's a bit of a loose cannon and definitely pissed off a hut at some point. Probably lost a smuggling shipment. But her finances seem she's recently come into quite a bit of money. Death in the family with inheritance. Was able to basically pay off the hut that she'd pissed off, and now she's on the safari. Been trying for about 5 years. Full stop. Wants to capture things, so I wouldn't replace her if you can get away with it, but also not the easiest to replace. She really wants to be here. Full stop.
Hmm. Okay. So for sounding like Orca is gonna be the best bet, but just go down the list. Kev Krell is the next one.
Ev Krell, seasoned tracker, expert at navigating the terrain of the old Duro sector, seems to be a ringer for the Safari Corporation. They tend to only put been on about 20 safaris in the past 2 years. Seems to be the one that they fill out the group with when there's a big fish on the safari. Specializes in keeping them alive. I wouldn't replace them if I were you, unless you don't care about the rest of the safari dying. Stop.
Okay.
Finances look amazing. Frankly, I don't know why they're still working. Could live like a king.
Okay.
Sister happens to be an owner of a casino on Coruscant, though. Huge debts. Full stop.
Okay, then we'll look at Darren next.
Darren, skilled survivalist, research assistant to Zara Vex, is in on the grant money by the looks. Further digging indicates worrying things. It's been paid by the government previously, but for unknown consultant work. None of my guys know anything, and the only one that looked like he did wanted to change the subject so rapidly he inadvertently told me he'd kissed my sister. So my guess is involved in something nefarious. Probably Empire business. Stop. I'd be careful with this one.
Try to stay out of Empire business if I can. And the droid.
The
For stuff.
droid has a gigantic banner, red text, multiple exclamation points, and it's like boxed in. Warning! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. On the surface, everything I could find, run of the mill protocol droid purchased by purchased for the university by Darren Voss seems fine. The Darren Voss connection though had me worried, so I looked into it. This isn't a protocol droid; it's an assassin protocol droid. I have no idea what its mission is. All I know is this thing is secretly armed to the teeth. Highly dangerous. Do not fuck with it. Full stop.
Alright.
So the initial designation for Gustav is hang on, sorry, oh my god. Can I please type? Thank you. Apparently I'm unable to type today. Uh yeah, the designation of this one is C5 1PO. It's like the official station of the protocol droid. The actual designation underneath is, hang on, I'm trying to find the designation. Oh. Yeah, E-XD1.
Alright. So from what sounding looks like, the transition's gonna be my best bet.
XD1, yeah. It's the E-XD, Issa. You know what that is. You've watched Rebels, so you know what the E-XD is. And how terrifying they actually are. I need a drink. So while you think, I'm going to quickly get a refill, okay?
Hmm.
Ready. Sorry about that.
You're fine, you're fine. The one that'll probably be easiest to replace is the Trandoshan, but just getting him to talk to me is gonna be a hard part. Hmm.
Well, I mean, like, that's the rub. That's the plan you've got to make is how to replace them.
Yeah, I I don't know. That's
The
the issue.
um, I'm gonna give you one final thing because I did succeed. Reinar is going to leave a note on like the last data pad
Mm,
that simply says, "In the event that replacing any of these is too short a task for you, there's always smugglers." Full stop.
smugglers. I'm just looking up for a minute. Do you have any information where I could find the smugglers?
He's gonna look up. He's gonna be like, ah, I'm not necessarily familiar with them, and they probably wouldn't talk to me. Uh, I could put you
Or
in contact with someone who might know my smuggler contact.
if you could, I appreciate that.
Sure, it'd be 500 credits. He's gonna say with a smile. But
Mm, and I'll put down 600 for like a tip for the information that I was given.
oh, a tip. I like you better than the other one already. I'm just gonna say. He's gonna shoot you a com with the number, the person that you need.
I appreciate it. I'm just walking out after that.
Alrighty. Um, you leave. You now have dossiers on each person, and also the contact for a smuggler if replacing someone on the safari isn't to your liking. As a warning, if you replace someone on the safari, you will in theory be safer.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on your own, it will be a little bit more difficult. But you won't have to, deal with Borka.
It's it's more so I'm not sure how to even begin thinking how to replace them. I'd rather make this easier or harder. I'm just not sure, you know?
Well, it's either getting him to give up his place for you,
Or
or in some way replacing him, whether it be bribing someone to put you in his place, or, you know, killing him and disguising yourself as him.
that's not gonna work. Mm. I could try talking to Zuckervex and seeing what if she'd be willing to switch him out or bribing him even might work. I I don't know.
Those are both solid plans, but the only way to know if they'll work is to do them. Remember, uncertainty isn't your enemy. Uncertainty just means, things you have to explore.
Well, first thing would be to get back up over to the hotel first anyway.
Remember, this
Do I
operation is also run by the Huts. There's always the option of going above the safari officer's head and talking to a Hut.
only hope we know is Kaltha and he kinda hasn't talked to us since the heist. I mean, it's worth a shot.
Incidentally, the the Hutt family that runs the safaris is the Utana family
Mm-hmm.
of the Hutton clan. Well, I guess the question is, what's your first course of action? Because you've got several available to you right now, like several things you can do.
Uh, we could try going above the safari head. I wouldn't know where to start with that,
So
considering
so so what's the one that stands out to you? Sorry.
the one with the huts that you had mentioned. Going above the safari's head
Oh,
and
talking to the huts. Yeah.
yeah.
The to see a hut, to petition a hut isn't necessarily immensely difficult. It's just about, asking the right people to get you an audience. Now, of course, seeing a hut is dangerous
As a whole, yeah.
because, I mean, if you displease them in any way, they can just have you removed, right?
Yeah. I
Um,
think I think at first I'm gonna try to bribe the Trandoshan. If that doesn't work, we can go from there.
okay.
Probably be easiest way.
You make your way back to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you get back, the Trandoshan isn't in the lobby anymore. Luckily for you, you have his room number in his dossier. He's room number 32.
Mm. No, we also have Zaravex's room number. Actually, go talk to Zaravex first.
Okay. Um, you enter I'm gonna need. Let's go with. It's probably more of a social thing. You're always gonna walk like you belong, right? So with that in mind, why don't you roll me a. We'll go deception. We'll make it an easy deception because if you act like you belong, you normally do. Um,
So that's 2 purple, or is that one?
one purple. Um, as you sort of like make it to the elevator, someone does sort of intercept you and says, "Hi, can I help you? I don't recognize your face.
I'm just coming to see someone.
May I ask who? Our clients prefers their privacy."
Uh, mm, Let me bring this blanking out name for some reason. Fuck. Zaravex. Thank you.
You're welcome. Right, is Zarafex. And that would be in room.
21, I believe is all it said. Or 21, 23.
He's gonna look. He's gonna be like, ah, okay, very well. Let me just inform her that you're on your way up. And he will like quickly across to the counter and press a few numbers. Do you wait for him to finish, or do you just get in the elevator and go up?
I just get in the elevator.
Okay. He says, "Yes, Mrs. Zara. Excuse me, wait. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Zarvex. There seems to be someone coming up to your room. You hear as like the elevators close, and they ding. You arrive. You probably don't have an overwhelming amount of time until security comes.
Yeah, so I just
Um,
quickly make my way.
you knock on the door, and you hear from inside. Who is it?
Someone who wishes to talk to you about the safari.
Oh, I see. The door will unlatch and open. Why didn't you just tell the reception you were with the safari?
I I'm just a little out of my element is best way I can put it.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me another deception. However, it's gonna be an average deception, but you're gonna have two boosts because you've kind of left. You let her believe what she wants to believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna you
So
get two
two
boosts to it.
purples.
Two purples, but you get two boosts. I'll light side point if you want to use it.
That's what I was looking at. I'm like, I could, but you know what? We got two booths. We got this.
Jesus Christ, yeah, you do. Okay. Um, as she's like, oh, okay, very well. Please do come in. And as you like get ushered in, the security arrives and she goes, oh, no need. They're from the safari. I apologize for the disturbance. And they both look kind of rather confused and go, okay, ma'am, as long as you're okay. I was like, yes, we are. And she'll close the door. Now, is it time? Did our slot get moved up or?
More so, I want to talk to you about your safari party. You see, I'm looking to capture an animal from the safari myself.
So you're not with the safari.
Just seem as someone that doesn't fit on your team.
You mean the Trandoshan?
Yes.
Yes, I was saddled with him.
Is there any way I could convince you to switch him out?
I would love to, but I don't have the power to. Unfortunately, the Safari insisted.
The safari insisted.
She's gonna nod. Apparently, he's one of the premium members. They had to put him with a group that was already experienced.
Hmm. I see.
Yes, trust me, I've met the man. I would rather him not ruin my research. Unfortunately, I do not have the power to stop him.
Would you know of any way I could convince him to not join you guys?
He's a Trandoshan. I don't know. Offer him a Wookiee's head or something. He's gonna say with a
Offer
shrug.
him what?
A Wookiee's head or something. I don't know. Shrug. She's gonna sort of like sit down on her, like at her little desk. There's like all sorts of data pads and everything in front of her. Seems that you caught her sort of reviewing her notes. And she sort of she looks at you up. The fact of the matter is, I am unsure what to do about him. I don't know what had happened if he suddenly disappeared. We are very close to the safari, so it's entirely possible that whoever's on hand will be replace him. But I'm not at home with killing people. If you want his space, I will 100% support you taking it, provided you can find a way to get rid of
think I could figure out some way. I'm just
Well,
trying.
so long as I'm not involved, I don't mind. I will just simply I will simply request that they give his space to you should he vanish.
Where are my manners? The name's Cohen.
Ah, oh, charmed, I'm sure. Zara Vex, though I'm assume you already know my name, judging by the call I got from reception.
I saw your picture at the roster and have been looking into the party ever since. Just assuming I can make this work, we'll be in touch.
Indeed, my number for you if you wish. She'll give you her number, and then usher you out. You are now, unfortunately, larger than in the hotel. The security is not waiting outside for you. It seems that her dismissing them was enough.
Okay. There has to be some way to convince him besides killing.
Well, you haven't tried bribing him yet, so
Yeah, just since I do have his number, just going and knocking on the door.
he's gonna open. He's gonna open this door and sort of like snarl. Say something in Trandoshan you don't understand.
Listen, I know you're on that safari team. I do. But they're all there to capture, not kill. What would it
He'll
take to get
he'll say something in
to
Trandoshan.
not that I understand.
Yep.
Would I be able to use like something to translate it myself or
If you give me your light side point, I'll let you have thought to bring a handheld translator. Yep. He says, um, uh, what's the point of capturing? It's a safari. It's a hunt. You kill.
not everyone's there to hunt?
Weakness. That's what he'll snarl.
It may seem weak to you, but to others, it's how they make a living, it's how they do their research. Considering it is one of the controlled areas that they can research these creatures.
And why should I care? Why do you care? What do you want?
I need to get into that safari sooner rather than later.
You and everyone else. I've been waiting a year for this.
And I hear that your funds are pretty low after this.
How do you know that?
I have my sources.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't tear your head off and leave you bleeding on the carpet.
If you give me your spot, I'm willing to pay you.
Pay me?
Yes.
I doubt anything you can pay me will be enough.
You'd be surprised.
I'm listening. How much?
Thinking. Hold on. Just out of character, if not payment, what would be other ways I could bribe him?
Um, I mean, there's not really many things beyond credits that
Yeah,
you could use
yeah.
that you really have access to.
I
Um,
was just thinking. That's all.
yeah. I mean, like honestly, like the way he's talking and the way he's acting, you're gonna have to really. He's gonna overcharge you for this, like big time.
Yeah.
If you want to go the bribery route, you're gonna have to give him a substantial amount of credits.
Originally, only other way to get his spot would be to kill him, and I really don't want to do that. Uh, you, you really want this spot, huh?
There's an opportunity for a great hunt, not that you would understand. Weakling. So, make me an offer. How much does it mean to you? Pickle's getting inventive now. He's suggesting crisps that are traditionally cheesy, as opposed to just straight cheese. Um,
Because any amount he's probably gonna want is gonna be more than what I have, is what I'm now thinking.
I mean, how much do you have on you? Right,
Currently I have 70,000 credits, give or take.
70,000 credits. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you remember how much the safari was?
5,000.
5,000, and that was enough to bankrupt him. Well, not bankrupt him, but drain his funds.
10,000 credits.
Narrow his eyes. Give me a negotiation. It's going to be one. I'm going to, for the dark side, make it 2 reds and 1 purple.
Two reds, one purple.
2 reds, 1 purple. Yep.
Dice, please be in my favor. Fuck.
20,000.
Do I have a hard bargain? 15.
20,000, and I don't kill you where you stand.
Alright, alright.
You pay him 20,000.
It's not like I really have a choice.
You always kill him.
Would I even be able to? With what I have.
You have an okay ranged heavy, though you don't have any heavy weapons. So,
Yeah, that's my issue. I haven't really been able to get any heavy weapons. I mean, that'll leave me with like 50,000. That's fine. Okay, we'll do the 20,000. Because that
pleasure
50,000 is
doing
still
business
good.
with you. Do you give him the credit straight up, or do you wait for him to actually turn over the safari spot to you first?
I would wait for him to turn over the spot first. It's like, let me see the
Damn.
spot first, and then
He's gonna grunt, and he's gonna take out his communicator. He's gonna like call them up. He's gonna say, "Your translator basically translates to, I'd like to give my spot to someone else and take theirs." And after some arguing, he looks at you and says, "We have to go down to the safari."
once I see that I'm in the spot,
He's gonna
you will
sort
get
of
your
grunt.
credits.
He's gonna grunt, roughly shoulder past you, and then like slams the door shut and says, "You better have the credits."
Find out.
And then he's gonna thank you. To the
You were
safari.
hoping I'll give it right away, weren't you?
Yes, I was, because then he would have taken it and went, "Pleasure doing business with you." Shut the door, and then you wouldn't have got nothing.
I'm not dumb.
like, um, yeah, you make your way down to the safari office, and basically, like we can hand wave most of this because it's effectively her double checking that he wants to do this. You both have to sign that, you both acknowledge that you're swapping places, right,
Mm-hmm.
on the waiting list, and sure enough, you're slotted into the safari group. Good job. I didn't expect you to actually bribe him.
You really didn't expect me to bribe him.
I didn't expect you to bribe him, especially when he doubled what you offered him. Like
It
just
still leaves me at 50,000 credits, so that's still a good chunk.
yeah, it is. Just this is the most expensive creature in the world. Right. Let's just go.
It's fine.
A couple of days would pass as you like wait in trepidation. Go ahead and take. You already got heavy clay. Yeah, no. You've already paid for rental, so you can have a blaster rifle that they give you
Okay.
while you're in there.
Okay, let me.
But it becomes Safari Day. You all gather rather nervously at the entrance to a an elevator that seems to be like owned by the Safari Corporation. And this little guy will be 1/4 the price of the start of a starship. Yep.
Fine. It's mainly because my other avenues didn't work out how I hoped.
um,
Granted, I didn't try with the huts, but you know me when it comes to fucking dice rolls.
I was hoping to try and lure you into getting some obligation to a hut, but you didn't take it. So, right.
The bit I know about Star Wars is you don't trust the huts.
Actually, so here's the thing, right? You actually do
Like,
trust the huts,
the
but
the bit I know.
yeah. See, the thing is you can trust the huts provided it's profitable for the hut to be trustworthy. The second the hut, like the second that whatever you're doing is no longer profitable for the hut in question, then that's when they'll double cross you. But until then, like,
I'd rather not have that risk, is my train of thought.
alrighty.
Okay.
You guys gather. Zara Vex will greet you warmly and say, I was heartened to hear that the Trandoshan was no longer on our squad, but instead you. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad that you did. He's gonna say.
It'll be a pleasure working with you.
May I introduce you? This is Rana Han, Kev Krell, my protocol droid, Kristoff, and Darren Voss.
The name's Khoan.
We will be heading to the we have our route mapped out, so just sit back and enjoy the ride and help out where you can. I see you've got a blaster there. If you could set that to stun, that would be
Yep.
grand. Um, and
Not
by
here to kill.
okay, good, wonderful. We all ready? Everyone prepared? And everyone sort of like nods as checks. They're all decked out in various things.
So am I just using the blaster I have on hand or just the one
No,
that
no,
they gave me around?
no. Right now, you've only got a blaster pistol.
Okay.
So you were given a blaster rifle.
Okay, that's the part I didn't
Because
hear.
bearing
Okay.
in mind, ranged heavy is like rifles and such.
Yeah,
Your blaster pistol is ranged light, just as
gotcha.
a warning.
I'm just putting
Uh,
it in my weapons temporarily to use.
yep.
Take it back out when we're done. Okay.
Okay.
Do that. Okay.
You all clamber into the elevator, geared up and ready, and down you go. As you descend, eventually, it seems what they've done is they've removed the shaft from the old Duros sector and replaced it with glass. So that you can see, it looks to be ray shielded as well, right? Like the elevator shaft is ray shielded all the way down. And beneath you spreads out a portion of the city that, yeah, no, there's like it's primarily dark. There's whole pools of light that like flicker on and off, right? Like the safari tour guide will speak up and say, once at the bottom, we will unfortunately leave you to your own devices. However, you have a route, and there will be a droid uh, always following you. This little fella right here. She's gonna hold up a repulsor lift droid. He will follow above with a camera, and should you be in danger at any point and wish for evacuation, simply fire your red flare, and we will send an extraction team. However, the Safari is responsible for any damage or death that you may experience during this run. Uh, Please do try to keep to the predefined safari path, as anything further, we cannot guarantee you won't run into multiple groups of very dangerous predators, but that's what some of you are here for, so he's gonna shrug. Um, as you can see, the power in this location is intermittent at best, as power lines have been damaged and generators have been left to run until they run out. Um, We hope you enjoy your safari and come back one day soon. At which point the elevator will like reach the bottom and the door will open. The ray shield at the very bottom will lift momentarily, and you guys will venture forth into the darkness. You all have like lights on your guns, so you're like looking around, sort of thing, like scanning. Um, Go ahead and give me a perception straight away.
Perception.
Yep, it's gonna be a. Hang on one moment. Um, Okay, it's gonna be versus 3 purples, please.
Oh, okay.
Make one of them a red. A red
Fuck
and
you.
2 purples.
Oh shit. Okay.
Your light is drawn to a place where you can sense something, like watching you, and like you see like a flash of red, quickly like leave across some rooftops, and they all look at where your torch is pointing, and you hear Zara say, "That's him. That's the target." Looks like he knows we're here, though. What's about us? We know where he nests. Let's get to it. And like the rest of the team sort of like all nod as you guys begin to like pick your way through the Eldura sector. Um, as you pick through, you come to um, like an open area. Lights flickering on and off, illuminate several dilapidated like merchants' stalls. Um, and from the looks of things, like it was a place that was used with like the market itself like has like basically burnt out torches in it, like fire torches, like what have you. The lights give it like a garish area, and you're gonna hear Zara say, "The flickering market." She's gonna look at you and say, "How much do you know about the old Euro sector?"
Just
As you
what I
guys
was
look
told
straight
at
through.
the reception when I was inquiring about the safari.
Oh, we can actually do this. Um, as you're sneaking through the Eldura sector, the fact of the matter is, even though it's a dilapidated city, vines, grass poking up through the concrete and across the buildings, some vines seemingly being all of the structural integrity, right, of the building has, lights flickering on and off. Um, it sounds vaguely like home to you. You can
I just
hear wildlife like all around you and in the
almost a
distance.
almost a sad smile appears on Cone's face.
Um, Because this is called the flickering market. During the Duros sector's decline, some daring merchants set up shop here thinking they could sell, but were driven off by the predators, most of them eaten, unfortunately.
The sounds as a whole just remind me of home. Sorry.
You're fine. Where are you from? Just gonna ask as you guys walk flickering market.
Circa.
There's some skittering nearby, and everyone sort of like
Mm.
like jumpily reacts. Um, the they don't seem to see anything. There's like a flash of green, but it's gone. They're just like, what was it? Not sure. Keep your wits about you. Give me one more perception, please. This one is going to be an easy perception.
Easy perception.
Yep. As you're looking around, you're not using your torch necessarily, like it's just on the road. You see two eyes staring at you. Your eyes sort of adjust to the darkness ever so slightly, and you can see what appears to be a vulpine-like shape.
Oh.
And it sort of like locks eyes with you, and then the eyes sort of it's very clear. You can't really see it very well, right? Because it's so dark. But you see it like pointedly look at you, and then you see like a shadowy shape sort of turn and begin plodding down an alleyway. And then it looks back at you. And you see the eyes again.
Is
And then
this
it look
is it like
uh,
gesturing for me to follow almost?
almost, yeah. Um like you see it, and like Zara sort of stops because she's noticed that you've like sort of stopped in the middle of a mountain. Everyone is like, "You okay? What's up?"
I saw eyes and it's almost like it's expecting me to follow it.
No, there's a lot of dangerous shit here. It could be trying to lure you into a trap. Where was it going?
Gestures down the alleyway.
Like she's gonna like sort of bustle up to you, and she's gonna pull up like a hollow map, that shows like the route that you're taking, and it's like down that alleyway is Filch Street. So, connects to our main safari path actually. Um, hmm. Things to note in this area are mainly lower level predators. I've already catalogued all of them. Uh, she's gonna pull up, like she's gonna click a few things. Yeah, they'll mostly avoid us. Could be something new. Do you think it's something new?
I don't know.
What did it look like? Did it look like a little rat?
Would I have been able to tell that?
Yeah, it definitely didn't look like a rat. Wasn't small enough. It's too big for that.
Too big for a rat.
Boar?
Hmm?
A boar, perhaps, with 4 tusks, 2 coming out of its forehead.
No, it's like almost vulpine-like from what I saw.
Vulpine, she's gonna say. Are you certain?
From what I could tell, yeah.
Right then. We'll turn the hollow map off. Change of plans, we're going this way. She's gonna say. They all sort of look very annoyed. She's like, it's fine, it's fine. One eye can wait. We'll get to him eventually. We're down here for several hours. We might as well check this out. Besides, see? She's gonna open the map. It links back to our safari path. It's just a detour, nothing more. And they all sort of like roll their eyes. But they begin stalking down the alleyway. As your light goes down the alleyway, um, you don't alight on anything. It seems whatever it was is gone. Um, but there's a definite pull. Like as you begin down the alleyway, um, go ahead and roll me a force die, 1d(f).
Hold on. What was it? 1 DF or
Yeah, one DF. So slash roll space one
Okay.
DF. Okay.
Okay.
So not only do you feel like the pull, like it's almost like you're more at ease on this pathway, like like this is the route you're supposed to take. Um, right. You walk down the alleyway, which is it's only a short one, but you come out onto onto a sort of like a like an open area, like a concourse, right? Like a road, a large road. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking around. The rest seem a bit confused. They're just like, I don't see anything. It's like, Khoan, which way did it go? And before you can open your mouth, you feel the pull, like the watch of the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
like across the street and down another alleyway.
Looking the way that I feel the pull from.
Uh, Slowly, the safari people advance, go down this alleyway as well. This one actually bends a little bit, like there's a kink in it, and she's like getting a bit further off track here. She pulls off the hollow map and says, "It's okay if we continue down the next road. We should end up close to our route, and I'm not seeing anything though. You sure it was Vulpine?"
Again, from what I could tell from that distance, yes.
Okay. As you exit into the next street, it seems to be like a residential area. Some of the houses have fell down, right? It's leaving areas open. Um, from here, actually, you can see what appears to be a looming factory in the distance, and you'll hear a gasp from Zara. And she went, "That's our destination." So pointing at the factory, I didn't know you could see it from here. Interesting.
Good to know, I guess.
It's gonna nod. Anyway, we should probably try and get back to the beaten path. It's a shame we couldn't find your Vulpine, but never mind. Next time, huh? She's gonna point down one direction of the road and this way, as you guys like sort of like shuffle off into that way. As you're getting close to like the route that you were on, um, roll me another perception. This one's gonna be another easy one, please.
Mm,
Um, so you fail to see the set of eyes. Um, and as you're like passing by basically like an alleyway, everyone jumps and all of the guns go towards the alleyway as you hear a like sort of a effectively a fox call. Have you ever heard the noise a fox can make?
yeah.
It makes one of those. And they all and like sure enough, like the lights alight briefly on a flash of like green fur as it darts down an alleyway, and you hear Zara go, "There it is! Come on!" And she like runs towards the alleyway with abandon.
Uh,
Like, and the rest sort of swear and like hurry to follow her, right? Because she's got a death wish.
mm,
Like this place is dangerous, but yeah, you begin giving chase. I'm gonna need an athletics from you, please.
uh, okay.
It's got
It
one
doesn't.
setback on it,
I
and
remove a
due
setback.
to terrain. Oh, okay, there we go. So you don't care about the terrain. That's fine. And yeah, it's gonna be The little dude is like kind of trying to get you to follow him, so he's not really putting up much of a fight. He's just putting up enough of one to make it look like he's not trying to be
Mm,
caught. So,
okay,
just a single purple once again.
please.
I will give you a 2 boosts as well for your safari mates helping you out. Um,
Are you serious?
oh my Christ, what is it with your rolls, kitten? Um, so this doesn't you don't lose it, but you will take a strain.
That's fine.
Um, so you'll take a strain as you're like winded trying to like keep up with this thing. Um, somewhere in one of the alleyways, it like you heard like the rattling, like it was climbing up a fire escape. And sure enough, like when you see like flashes of green on the rooftops, and Zara says it's running. Where's it running to? And like I this is fascinating. She opens the hollow map and it's like we're here. Oh, we're way off course. We're way off course, but it's fine. It's fine. And she's gonna turn off the thing because 2 more streets, and if we can't catch it, we'll break off our pursuit. Um, and like on you do climbing over rubble, dipping down alleyways, right? As you chase this piece of green fur that seems to be leading you on a merry jaunt. Um, eventually, you see what appears to be like a miniature forest inside the inside the Duros sector, like where trees have like taken root, probably trees that were planted like a while ago, or whatever, some sort of park. And you all sort of stop as the Volpine creature seems to like dart into the tree line, and she's gonna blink. Trees? She's gonna open up a map. I don't remember seeing tree. There's no trees on this map. See, we're here. A point at where like there's like a little pin where you guys are. No trees.
But there are trees right in front of us.
What is this? She's gonna like tap a building that seems to be like on the other side of this alleyway that you're at. Oh, and readout comes up that says Arboretum. Oh, I see. There's an arboretum here. I'm guessing the plants outgrew it. Huh. I'm nervous. Anything could be in there. There's plenty of predators here that would prefer being in trees. I say. I'm not sure that we should go in. Give me a perception, please. This one's going to be an average difficulty perception. I'm going to make it a red and a purple. Never mind. I just swapped to the light side, but you immediately made it go dark again. So there we you don't seem to see anything inside the deeper forest. Might be dangerous. Um, it seems that like at this point, Zara sort of like turns to the rest of the group, you included, and say, "Okay, we can either make our way back to the beaten path, which means we'll have to go this way." She'll point to the map, and like it's a decent walk, but like or we press forward and we map a new route. We are closer to the droid factory than we were before, so closer to One Eye. I have a feeling he might be watching us, though. I'm not sure. She's looking around. He seems like the kind to play with his food.
I want to press on, if that's okay.
He's going to look at Rana. Rana? He's going to shrug. Off the beaten path, more fun for me. I say we do it. Then she looks at Kev. I'm not finding any tracks of this Vulpine. Are you sure we're not just chasing shadows? I'm gonna say, looking at you, Taffy.
I'm positive.
Positive enough to waste our lives?
If you don't believe me, that's fine. But I know what I saw.
If we're gonna go in, at least let me check for tracks of other dangerous beasties. Zara's gonna sort of like go. Fine, yes. 5 minute break, everybody. And Chris and Kev will begin searching for tracks. If you'd like to help him, you can.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and give me a survival then. And you actually have a better survival than he does. No, yeah, you do. So that means that but he has a better cunning than you do. So go ahead and give me a survival with an effective cunning of 3.
Uh.
So basically add a green.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay, so how many purple or difficulty for it?
We're gonna go with 2 again.
Alright.
Where is my misc? Okay.
Now I get the track.
So not only do you definitely identify Gundam tracks. You find it. But they don't go into the forest; they go around it. Your triumph gives you this. You find human tracks, ones that have been, well, not human, people tracks, made by bipeds.
That tracks.
But they've been covered. Like someone tried to erase the tracks, but didn't do quite a good enough job.
Very bad tracks.
And they lead into the forest.
Something or someone is waiting for us.
Waiting for us. I mean, they know we're here.
Look. Biped tracks that were almost hastily covered.
Yeah, hastily covered. And they definitely have boots, right? Like they're definitely people, at the very least.
Whether or not they're waiting is a different story, but someone is in the forest and is trying to hide that fact.
Could
At
be an
least one.
ambush. Ron, that's gonna say it could be an ambush. Maybe we should go around. Zara's gonna nod and say it could be. But it also could be something else. Maybe a previous safari party that survived.
We won't know unless we go through.
The Rhodian will nod, say, I think we should go. Kev throws up his arms and says, look, I'll leave it up to you, but I don't want to die here. If they're armed people, we might. And Rana, ever the thrill seeker, is just like, are you kidding me? Let's do it. Let's go into the dark forest. What could be more fun? Seeing as you want to go in, right, Khoan?
Yes.
Okay. Onwards, the party goes as you stalk into the forest. You see lights up ahead, and some, you whispering, like, you guys turn off your torches and like creep forward. Eventually reaching like the edge of the tree line, you see into. It seems like a grotto, like a small clearing in the middle of the trees, but it's softly illuminated by bioluminescent plants. Like an ephemeral like blue like permeates the place, and you see what seems to be like metal shipping crates like stacked up like all over the place, and what seems to be like a group of people who are very distinctly dressed as smugglers are all sort of like, chilling by a fire and eating something. There's the thick vegetation and faint light offer some degree of concealment from the outside, from the looks of things, and which is obviously why you know, why they chose this area. I'm gonna need a stealth from you, and uh, it's gonna be in a hard one, so 3 purples. Okay,
All right. So what happens here?
Jesus Christ. So not only do you hide, but the threats would be one of your teammates went to like step on a dry twig basically, and you managed to like catch his foot and like gently brush it away. Um, you notice that the as you're hiding, um, Zara points, like taps you on the thing and points, and you can see what appears to be a very fox-like shape in the trees on the other side of the grotto. Eyes looking directly at you, turns and like runs back in like deeper into the forest on the other side of the camp to you. It seems your friend is leading us on a merry chase.
It does, yeah.
Did he want us to find the grotto, perhaps? Smugglers, by the looks, we probably shouldn't disturb them.
Any chance we can go around without them noticing us?
Tricky, but I think we can do it.
Let's try at least.
She's gonna nod. Slowly, your group sneaks. Your triumph means that I'm not going to make you roll another one. Congratulations, you actually do manage to sneak around without them noticing. And you make your way through the arboretum as like you pick your way through the forest in the direction that the Vulpine figure went. Eventually, you come out of the arboretum, and where you come out of, you hear a gasp from Zara. We're only a street away from the droid factory. This route completely bypassed. She's going to open the holo map, and sure enough, like you're like where this thing came out, you're back on track, right? At like the very end of your journey. Well, I never. Seems your friend was giving us a shortcut. Give me a perception, an easy one. So you have 2 boosts because everyone else is looking out for the fox now. They believe he exists.
Please, for the love of God. Okay, so easy and 2 boosts.
Yep.
If I don't make this, I swear.
Okay.
This
You
didn't do
see,
shit.
you see the Vulpine figure dart into the factory up ahead. It seems it wants you to go where you were going to begin with.
Someone says it's leading us.
Indeed. Okay, everyone, this is it. Rifles at the ready. Well, one eye is ours. Remember, stun only. And everyone sort of like nods, and you hear the clicking of like blasters being turned to stun. And I'm gonna need. Did I not actually get any? I didn't. Oops. And okay. Alrighty. We're gonna use this map, and the reason we're gonna use this map is because I didn't actually get a map for this or for any of the interludes. You guys sneak into the droid factory. Tucked away within the crumbling ruins of the old Dura sector, a derelict droid factory stands as a haunting relic of the past. Time and neglect have taken their toll on the once thriving facility, leaving it in a state of disrepair and decay. While the manufacturing glory days are gone, its abandoned halls still echo with whispers of the past. The exterior of the droid factory paints a desolate picture. Its once gleaming metal walls now bear the scars of time, covered in rust and graffiti from Nar Shaddaa's rough inhabitants. The sign that once proudly displayed the company's name now hangs askew, barely legible beneath the layers of grime. The Trade Federation, for the record. As you venture inside, you are met with an eerie silence broken only by the occasional creaking of metal and howling winds that find their way through broken windows. The dim lighting casts shadows across the debris-strewn floor, revealing the remnants of old assembly lines and rusted machinery. The main manufacturing floor lies in ruins, toppled conveyor belts and shattered droid parts scattered haphazardly. Abandoned, half-finished droids stand as mute witnesses to a bygone era. B1s, primarily. Like the upper halves. Limbs, hanging lifelessly, heads drooped. The once bustling assembly stations are now overrun with moss and plant life, reclaiming the territory that once was theirs. Any remnants of a repair bay are barely recognizable. Lost among the wreckage of broken droid limbs and shattered casings, tools and equipment lie abandoned, coated in layers of dust and rust. The workbenches sag under the weight of their own decay. Among the decay, faint traces of manufacturer's history can still be found. Faded propaganda posters and worn-out schematics cling to the walls, a testament to the facility's involvement during the Separatist era. Broken droid parts, once destined for assembly, now lie strewn across the floor, forgotten. And on one of the walkways above you, you can see the vulpine shape strewn in shadow. It is currently staring. And when you follow its eyes, you see what appears to be some sort of nest that's been constructed, like a small cleared area. Amongst that nest are several tiny vulpine bodies that seem to have been savaged and torn apart. It is not a pretty sight, and Zara lets out a small, distressed sound when she sees them. And that's when you hear the roar of a Gundark. From a hole in the ceiling, it drops down in front of you into the middle of the nest, roars, and sure enough, it only has one eye. So we're gonna... It's Gundark time. Hey, how you doing? So I'm gonna need you to drag yourself on here.
I remember how to do this.
Just click and drag. Like, your actor. Just click and drag. There we go. And then right click it and the shield and sword.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're gonna put this guy on.
I'm just checking something.
I'm gonna put this guy on, Okay, Khoan, you actually go first. You're first up onto the plate. Let's see. Okay, time to begin combat. Here we go, Khoan. The Gundark roars a bloody challenge. You are within short range of it. Oh,
After making sure that my
this
bug,
guy.
yeah,
Sorry,
make sure my blaster is on stun setting. Just aim and fire.
Alrighty.
Anything in particular, I have to make sure if I'm using the stun setting or just how we usually do
Really,
it.
that's why I didn't update it. Apparently, it's Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just asking if I'm using stun setting, do I have to do anything in particular,
No,
or just how
no,
we
it's
would
just a
usually
maneuver
do
to
it?
turn it to sunsetting, and then you fire, and any damage you do does stun instead.
Got you. Okay, I just want to make sure.
You're okay.
Um,
Remember, we need him alive. You're gonna hear Zara shout out. Okay, so that does 5 stun damage because he has 6 soak. Oh my god, it's okay. This is annoying. It's not letting me edit something that I need to edit. Maybe that's why? Okay, there we go. Okay, is that your turn? Take a
yeah,
strain for the threat, please.
for the start. Okay.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. There we go. And yes,
Okay.
that is gonna be my turn.
Letting out a mighty roar, it is going to barrel forward towards you. It takes a maneuver to get into engaged range. Here we go. Meaty fists. 2. You take 9 damage.
Oh, okay.
So don't forget to take your soak off,
Yeah,
which is 3 soak.
yeah,
So you take
might be
6 damage.
yeah, it was just like ha ha.
He does not crit you, but he will give himself a boost on his next thing.
Shit. Okay.
Gun ducks aren't a joke. This
Uh,
big game hunter is going to. Oh, that's the assassin droid. I want you. There you are. Hello. He's going to aim at the gun duck and. Yep, scoped blaster rifle. Here we go. He's on short range. It's only 1 difficulty, and okay. So not only does he do, what is that? -6 is 8 damage. So we're at 13. He's going to crit it. He's gonna take a strain though, but he's gonna crit it either way. Does the scope blaster rifle have vicious? Does it? No, it does not. Okay. He 67. He takes scattered senses. Remove boost from all skill checks until the end of the counter. That isn't great for a Gundark, but sure. Okay. Smuggler will now. Zara will now do the thing. Okay, that's an extra 3. So it is now at 16 stun. It doesn't look so hot. The assassin droid is going to raise its its blaster pistol. Jesus Christ, it's also going to crit him. So this is 1 damage. Oh no. But a crit. So actually, okay, no, it's crit 4. And give you a boost on your next thing. Okay?
Alright.
Another. It's exactly the same as he got before. Goddamn.
Hmm?
The crit that he got is exactly the same one he got last time. This little with a yelp and a growl from out of the shadows. Jumps a vulpine figure with coarse green fur and twin very floofy tails that look kind of ragged because he's been through the dirt. Um, he is going to get into engaged range with the Gundark, and he's going to attempt to, with his very big claws, rake the Gundark as best he can. Um, he is a good boy. He's going to try his best. He misses, as the Gundark just does not care. You're going to hear a yell of a Swamp Stalker. My God, what is he doing here? Khoan, it is your turn. You have your gaffy stick.
Yeah,
Can,
that's what I was thinking. Because it could disorient it. Said it's engaged. It's an engaged range, right?
mhm. Let me just quickly check something. So here we go. Just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
you have Disorient 3 on the gaffy stick, which I think Disorient quality 156. Here we go. Disorient. A weapon with Disorient can daze an opponent. When Disorient is triggered, the target is disoriented for a number of rounds equal to the weapon's Disorient rating, and which means he adds a setback to all skill checks he performs. So if you hit him with it, you can use your advantages to. You can use 2 advantages to activate Disorient on him,
You
and
know,
he'll be for 2 rounds.
I will
So
attempt
okay,
to.
that's going to be melee instead of ranged heavy. You can always disengage him and then ranged heavy him.
And he's
So
already
if
in engaged
he's in
range,
engaged
so
range right now, which means that if you shoot him, you'll be upgrading his ability to hit you. And
yeah, that's why I was just gonna use the gaffy stick
but you
and
could
try
easily
to.
use a maneuver to move to short range, so you're away from him, and then shoot him.
I might as well, because I have better rolls with the range heavy. So
Okay.
yeah, then I will move. I will use maneuver to move back and
Yep.
like
You move back.
here,
There you go.
and
And
then
yep. Remember, it's 1 because he's at short range.
so it's one difficulty.
Yeah, 1 difficulty because you're at short range. I believe in you, kitten. What would you like to do with the advantage? Oh, don't forget the boost die. Go
Oh,
ahead and
sorry.
roll a boost.
Okay, sorry, forgot about the boost.
1 dB.
Hold on.
Okay, so that's actually 11 damage, which means you do 5. It's
Okay.
not looking so hot. It seems to be sluggish. It's like looking
Okay.
around. It seems to be looking around for a way to escape right now.
Mm,
On its turn, it is going to immediately like look around and sort of like with a yell, sort of like swipe, but attempt to leave. Um, it will use a maneuver to. Yeah, it's gonna. You know what? It's gonna use a maneuver to. It's gonna use its action to swipe at the big game hunter first, and then it will leave. Okay. He gets 6 damage. He doesn't look. He'll let out a cry of pain, and the Gundark will attempt to run. He will then fire his scope blast rifle at it, and okay. The Gundark lets out a cry as it falls unconscious. Um, and everyone sort of like picks up themselves. The what is now called, as you now know, the Swamp Stalker, will stalk he who over to the nest, where it will gently like sort of push the very much smaller ones with its nose. Unfortunately, um they're really not alive. Um and it sort of just sort of like sits and sort of like stares at them.
Oh, baby.
Um it will look at you and then like sort of turn its body full towards you and look at you with amber eyes. Go ahead and roll me a force die.
Okay. Let's roll on F
1df.
1DF, yeah.
Um you feel it reaching out with the force.
Mm.
Um and you hear Zara say, "Excellent, excellent, we managed to capture it in perfect condition. A Yagamiri swamp stalker, perhaps we should get that too." Shame about the little ones.
Let's just approach the swamp stalker slowly.
Um, Zara goes to move towards it, and it sort of looks at her and like sort of lets out a low growl, and she's like, "Oh,
Mm.
okay. If we're gonna take it, we're probably gonna have to stun it." But then it'll look at
Uh,
you as you approach, and it doesn't seem to growl. It seems to stop when it looks at you.
It's okay.
Okay, so here's the big thing.
Yeah,
Um, are you going? Are you going to form an animal bond
I was gonna
with?
try, yes.
To my knowledge, there is there is no try. You just do.
Yeah.
Um. Uh. The first thing you feel, like when you reach out to it with the force to like make a bond,
Mm-hmm.
is sadness, like deep sadness. Um. But all you can do really is like, you know, as you sort of like touch it with the force, um while that sadness is still there, you feel it seemingly respond to the bond.
You're not alone anymore. Just
Um, it will like stand up and sort of move towards you as you like reach out a hand, and you'll hear Zara say, "Extraordinary." It seems to like you. Doesn't like me though.
you may not understand, but this is what I came here to do.
To befriend a Yagamiri Stormstalker. That's what you came to do. How'd you even know he was here?
That's my secret.
So this thing is it's smaller, probably smaller in height than an astromech, right? Like
Okay.
so like you know um it probably comes up to about it's silhouette 0, which means you're actually able to form a bond with it, which is good.
He.
Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you what would you like to name him?
I don't know. As of
Don't
this
know.
moment, I do not know. I'll have to
Right now,
figure that
okay.
out.
Right now, then we'll just call him Foxo to be named.
He.
And
Once I figure out a name, I'll let you know.
we're gonna give you a so yeah no it is a vulpine creature, so like fox in nature, coarse green fur with two floofy tails and large clawed paws.
Oh,
Um, yeah.
okay, you were right for what you said.
Him paws too big for him goddamn feet. Lately. And we're just gonna give you ownership.
Now once I figure out what to name him.
Yep. Um. Uh. Luckily for you, Zaya is happy with the Gundark that they got. The fox seems to happily like he's okay with being handled by you now because you formed a long-term bond. Um,
I am just gonna lean down
if you
and
read if
pet
you
him.
read if you read his sheet, you'll notice that he actually has a force rating.
Okay.
Um, uh, yeah, he has force rating 1, adversary 1 as well, which means anyone who tries to fight him upgrades their check by 1. Um, he also has 2 wonderful abilities. Um, he can roll his force die on initiative checks and add whatever he rolls in successes to initiative check, and also he can commit his force die to gain 2 boosts on stealth if he wants to. Which means if you need him to, scurry around and find information or find something and go undetected, he's actually quite good at that. Yes. They are vulpine predators with coarse green fur, a fluffy double tail, and large clawed paws. Um, this is a male because it is alone. Um, the females hunt in packs,
Gotcha.
generally speaking. Um, but judging from the fact that this is the only one you can see, and the dead little ones, it looks like they just grabbed whatever they could and didn't really, care about anything else. Um, but you have gotten rid of one eye, which actually you will be displayed inside the safari office as the hunters that took down one eye. Uh, that's gonna be your picture's gonna be up there for a while, I should imagine.
Probably.
Um, and that is where we will leave it. You have your Foxo friendo. I told you that you would like it.
Yeah. I I love it.
um, thank you for watching, guys. Those of you did. I hope you have a good one. I will see you. I maybe tomorrow for Destiny. I don't know. We'll see. See ya.
Bye bye.
Au revoir.